Colin Kaepernick. The man that always shows out as a victim, even though he is anything but a victim. This is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Colin Kaepernick begging to return to the NFL, even though he has not played in the NFL since 2016. Apparently, Colin Kaepernick teamed up with Kendrick Bourne, CeeDee Lamb, Jaylen Waddle, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, and Chris Olave in Oregon, which is where the headquarters of Nike is. Even though it is beyond clear that Colin Kaepernick's NFL days are over, he is begging for attention as he has attempted to brainwash the American public with the Nike ad that was shown to everyone on social media. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. What is your reaction to Colin Kaepernick pulling off this stunt once again? And Colin Kaepernick, man, he just looks more and more foolish as more and more time goes on. Colin Kaepernick is looking to be more and more relevant, even though he has actually become more and more irrelevant as time goes on. Colin Kaepernick is a guy that is begging for attention because Colin Kaepernick knows that he is addicted to the spotlight. Guys that are addicted to the spotlight want to make sure that they can show up in the news as often as possible, whether it's actually accurate, whether it's actually credible or not. Colin Kaepernick has turned this into an annual tradition where every year a debate stirs up of, oh, should Colin Kaepernick get a job somewhere in the NFL? Oh, Colin Kaepernick, look at him. He's a black quarterback. How come he's unemployed? Just employ the black QBs. Seriously, that's the mentality that people like Colin Kaepernick have. People like Colin Kaepernick expect to get jobs in the NFL just because they're black and they used to play a quarterback. And I have news to tell Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, you have to earn your way in order to be an NFL quarterback. Colin Kaepernick, you have to actually be all in on football. Now, I know some people could be saying, oh, look at some of these other quarterbacks that have had troubles in the past and they still get to play on NFL rosters. How come Colin Kaepernick, who just simply took a knee, can't get a job in the NFL? And it's very simple. Look, you're bad for business, and whenever you're bad for business, the owners have the right to blackball you. You weren't blackballed because you were black. You were blackballed because you were horrible for business. When you kneeled for the national anthem, which by the way, you have the right to do so. You do have the right to kneel for the anthem. You do have the right to disrespect the flag. We also have the right to go ahead and trash you if you go ahead and kneel for the national anthem or show any sign of disrespect for the flag, because America is a great country. Look, I ain't saying that America is perfect, but damn it, it's a lot better than some of these other countries that we're seeing out there. And the thing is with those guys, they actually support those countries that lack basic human rights, like China, like Mexico. I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing what some of these guys are doing in terms of their lack of support with the U.S. and how they would be willing to do anything to disrespect the United States of America. Oh, there's a white man that's Republican. Oh, let's go ahead and disrespect him. Just because you don't like Donald Trump, now you're going to go ahead and protest the flag? Huh? Is that what it is? Because that's what it sounds like it is to me. And look, I know that Colin Kaepernick, he was talking about police brutality and racial injustice with the black community, but honestly, this was just a ploy that Colin Kaepernick was pulling out from Nike. I guarantee you that Colin Kaepernick knew nothing about racial injustice and about police brutality outside of the basic knowledge. I'm not saying that I'm a political expert in this field either. I'm not, but I don't go around running to people, hey, I know that police, oh, they just go ahead and shoot up other people. Look, most cops, at least in their right mind, don't have enough damn time to go ahead and do that. Most of their cops, they're busy enough as is, and people want to defund these cops, and that's what I got a problem with. These people that want the cops to be defunded, I guarantee you most of those people are either associated with criminals or people that are criminals themselves, and Colin Kaepernick seems like he hasn't understood that message. That's why NFL owners, they had to go ahead and blackball him. And also, Colin Kaepernick talks about how he was once an elite quarterback, which is just total BS. Colin Kaepernick was never an elite quarterback. He was a good quarterback once upon a time. Maybe I could go ahead and argue that. Maybe I could say Colin Kaepernick was a quarterback that was once playable, but Colin Kaepernick in his last 19 starts was not a very good quarterback. Colin Kaepernick went 3-16 in his last 19 NFL starts, and not only did he lose 16 out of his last 19 starts, he was a distraction to the team. Anytime that anyone is a distraction for an NFL team, NFL owners have the right to go ahead and blackball you, because at the end of the day, what do NFL owners care about most? The money. And it's not just NFL owners, it's any business entity. Any big business needs to go ahead and care about money, because money is the ultimate goal in society when it comes to business. And Colin Kaepernick was costing the owners millions of dollars with the way that he was acting during the national anthem, because it was turning fans off. Colin Kaepernick, he seems to have lack of basic understanding. He seems to think, oh my goodness, I'm black and I don't have a job. That means I must be getting blackballed because of race. And I gotta say to Colin Kaepernick, then answer this. How come Deshaun Watson, a man that should clearly be locked up in prison, who committed up to 25 sexual assaults, potentially speaking anyways, how come NFL teams weren't afraid to go ahead and trade for Deshaun Watson? You know why? why they weren't afraid to trade for Deshaun Watson is because Deshaun Watson wasn't costing the owners millions of dollars. It wasn't because of the fact that Deshaun Watson was playing like a scrub in recent memory. Yeah, he went 4-12 for the Houston Texans, but he played elite football. And I'm not saying Deshaun Watson isn't an elite quarterback, but Deshaun Watson has shown signs of being a top 10 quarterback in his prime. Colin Kaepernick did not show consistent signs of being a future top 10 quarterback. He showed signs of being a good running quarterback, but he didn't show signs of being consistent enough in big games. And look, I know Colin Kaepernick took his team to 2 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl in his first 2 seasons as a starter, but let's be honest, that team was stacked. Most average quarterbacks probably could have pulled off that job. Heck, even Jimmy G probably could have pulled that off because we saw Jimmy G do that for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not sitting up here and saying that Colin Kaepernick is worse than Jimmy Garoppolo, at least prime Colin Kaepernick, that is. But what I am saying is that Colin Kaepernick was never all that to begin with. People need to stop acting like this Colin Kaepernick guy was on the level of Russell Wilson, on the level of a Cam Newton, or even rookie RG3. Colin Kaepernick was never a guy that could carry a franchise on his back. Colin Kaepernick was a guy that at best he was a solid NFL starter who could get streaky, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong being a solid NFL starter who can get streaky. But you know what else was happening? What else was happening was that Colin Kaepernick was struggling during the time where he was protesting for the national anthem. A lot of people fail to mention that the San Francisco 49ers that year finished 2-14. That same year where Colin Kaepernick knelt for the national anthem. There's a production and tolerance thing going on. If you're going 2-14 and you're causing all these distractions, why should any NFL team go ahead and sign you? So that's just to make it clear for why he wasn't signed for back then. And for now, to talk about why Colin Kaepernick is not getting signed, sir, it's been over. You haven't played in the NFL since 2016. In 2016, I was in middle school. Now I'm a college student. You know how long ago middle school is from college? A very long time ago. It's been over. You need to accept that fact, Colin Kaepernick. And I understand you suffer from attention issues and you're addicted to the spotlight, but you've got to take a step back and realize what you're doing wrong, because Colin Kaepernick, you did this to yourself. Stop playing the victim card and start understanding why teams blackballed you after the 2016 NFL season. It's not because you're black. Trust me, if NFL teams were blackballing people because they were African American, Deshaun Watson would have been out of the league years ago. As soon as one allegation came up against him, he would have been thrown out of the league. He would have been suspended indefinitely. At the end of the day, here's what matters, Colin Kaepernick. You weren't good enough during the time where you were causing owners to lose millions of dollars, and that's why you're out of the league. It's really that simple. I don't really feel sorry for Colin Kaepernick because he did a lot of this to himself. I understand that he wants to promote activism, and I get it. I get Colin Kaepernick wanting to do those things. But you know what also matters at the end of the day? Business money. Business money matters to these owners. They don't have time to feel out their feelings for these players. I mean, come on, they just got to keep it real. The owners know that at the end of the day, what matters most are their pockets. And if Colin Kaepernick can't produce money in the pockets for the owners, and if he's costing them money in the pockets for the owners, you're going to be out of the league. That's plain and simple. I don't care about what guys like Kendrick Bourne and CeeDee Lamb were saying about Colin Kaepernick. Kendrick Bourne talking about how Cap has a rocket of an arm, and CeeDee Lamb talking about how he's still Cap and still got it to him. And honestly, who cares? Who cares if Colin Kaepernick made a nice pass in a Nike commercial? You know what? You could have put me in at quarterback in that Nike commercial, and I probably could have looked decent because Colin Kaepernick got to play with a lot of NFL stars against grass. It's not even like he was throwing against random defenders. Colin Kaepernick was doing this against grass. Anybody could do that on grass. I could probably even look like a decent NFL quarterback if I was playing with a bunch of NFL guys and they weren't getting guarded by anybody. Just because Colin Kaepernick was playing catch with somebody on a football field, now he should get a job on an NFL field. Man, you need to get out. Get out of that thinking Colin Kaepernick and start getting back to reality, because clearly this man is not living in real society. This man is living under the delusion that he is still a superstar, which he never even was to begin with. But if he even was, according to the woke media, he damn sure isn't a superstar now. That's plain and simple. So that is why Colin Kaepernick continues to look foolish for pulling off this stunt once again, as he is getting more and more desperate for attention. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DustinTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinTran and Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.